Hey everyone, welcome to Blind Build, a new series here on the channel where we go over brand new cards in Card Fight Vanguard and then use Bushiroad's official deck builder app to show them off in a first impressions blind build to show off just what we can do with them. So today on our first episode we have 3 decks to show off, so let's go ahead and get started. Of course, if you do like this content or if you want to help support the channel, you already know. Oh, a subscribe or something. I don't know. We're getting close to 100. Cue the cool transition. Of course, right now we're just going to be showing off the standard format. If you guys do want to see some VR premium stuff, be sure to comment down below. But, I mean, I'm showing off mainly new cards, so we're just going to be going for the new format. So, to get started, we're heading to Brandt for a little deck known as Ava. Ava is one of the new glitter ride lines that they introduced in set 5 that are basically cross-nation decks. So this one is going to be Brandt mixed with Dark Zone, or Dark State, or whatever it's called. Gear Chronicle save Dark State. So let's quickly go over the Grade 3's effect. That's what we're going to be building around, of course. Count plus 1, check your top cards equal to the number of research cards in your order zone. Choose up to 1 card from among them, put it into your hand, the rest go to bottom of your deck, and this gets plus 5. Then when she attacks, Counterblast, Soul Blast, search your deck or hand for up to 1 the crossover guy, and call it a rear guard. If you search, shuffle your deck. Alright, so once per turn you'll be able to tutor based on number of the orders that you play in this deck, which that research is your order card for the deck, and she has the ability to call out a card from the deck, which means you have multi-attack. And then here's our crossover guy with its. So its normal effect is when it attacks, if you have an order zone, gets plus 5, if you have 3 or more, it gets plus 10, so it becomes a 23k beater. And then with his glitter effect with Ava, because these all have basically one effect they can use in their cross-nation decks, and one specific effect towards the card it's supposed to be played with, so in this case with Ava. Its effect is, when it's placed on rear guard by your ability, if your order zone has 3 or more research cards, it gets plus 1 crit, then continuous, it gets intercept and 10k. Which those actually gives it 2 glitter effects. The intercept 10k is not tied to you having a set number of orders. So basically this is a 23k double crit beater that has a 10k shield. Really good. Then this is our other big new support card. Draw a card, choose a card from hand, discard it. If your order zone has a set order, it's plus 5. So 15k cycle draw. Decent. Put that in the maybe pile. And they have a couple of other support guys that are just general for orders. These, I don't think we're gonna run them, they're just 2 commons per deck, but that, nah, we don't need to need them. We don't need them. They just, like, this one gets boost, that one gets shield, this one gets power. They're just, like, your filler cards if you have room for them. What we do need, though, this little alien right here, I'm just running 4 right now, I'm not even click on it. Let's place on rear guard circle, choose up to 1 non-trigger unit from your drop. Place it on your deck, and if you choose grade 3, you can Soul Blast 3? Soul Blast 3, that's huge, draw a card. I don't know if you give these the Soul Blast effect, but just that recurrence is great. That's basically how you're going to be cycling your obstacle lower and back into your deck. We can run him, and of course, probably should show off the Penguin. The Penguin is a really good card that says when discarded from your hand, check your top 5, choose up to 1 set order from among them, reveal it, and shuffle your deck. So this lets you tutor for orders as a ride line target, and in addition, anything that lets you discard, which I think the grade 2 discards, this guy does. Yeah, this guy discards. Do you discard with the dude? You're not discard with Ava, but I think you meant with the order, because I haven't turned off the order yet. But yeah, you definitely want to max him out because of that. He is like a win condition card. Here's to talk about the order. Alright, so unfortunately, this is the only research card in the deck currently, which kind of sucks, because you need research cards. Let's place in an order zone, draw a card, choose a card, and discard it. There you go. There's a discard for Penguin. And if you get 3 or more research cards, select 1, choose the opponent's rear guard, and bind it. Okay, so 3 or more. I mean, you only get your bind effect twice. I wouldn't be focusing on the retire for this. Of course, we're gonna max it out. Why won't we max it out? Here's a ride line. They do the same thing. They just, when you ride on with the next thing, you get to search for an order thingy. There's the starter, I guess. I don't know. Yay. Go ahead and talk about this real quick. I'm not going to mention it in the rest of the builds for today because every nation has one. But new heal when placed on rear guard, if your opponent's attacked 2 or more times this turn, is plus 15 to end that battle. This is good against resanders, However, I don't think it's that important, so I'm not going to run too many. I'll just say like 1, maybe 2, because there's another new heal. This is one of the reasons I'm a little sad for not starting the series earlier, but it's fine because now we can include these guys. Another new heal. When it's placed on guard, if your opponent's attack and crit is 2 or greater, and what's that? Like 2 or greater, so like something from an effect that gave it a crit, not like a critical trigger or anything like that. Plus 15 shield. Once again, situational. We'll just run 2 of it. But let's go ahead and fill up all of our heal triggers. Let's go ahead and do our triggers right now, as long as we're talking about that. Effect crits. I feel like you always run crits. You just always do. Draws, I'm not sure on in this build. You might want some. Maybe power that. But, like, you're going to be doing a lot of research draw. You're going to be doing a lot of filter draw if you research things. Same thing for the front triggers. I'm not sure if you're going to need those in here or not. 20k shield's always nice, and you do get 4 attacks in this deck, so might be helpful to help boost the second 2 attacks. We definitely need this one. Definitely need this one. Yeah, I guess we'll just go rainbow for now. I'll go ahead and throw in a generic crits just for the sake of having it, but we'll decide on our triggers later. Alright, going into some staples for your decks, or we're looking for deck base. Of course we have to run perfect guards. Of course we have to run perfect guards. You just always run perfect guards. I'm not sure how much counterblast we have yet. Let's go ahead and talk it. So I'll send a couple of these dudes. This is probably the best counter charger for the nation. Just at the end of the battle, if you have a set order, soul charge it to counter charge 1. Simple, resource management is good. A lot of this other stuff is tied to the different decks that are run in the nation, so we might be done with that stuff. However, I want to... where's set orders? There's set orders. I want to find... not just grade 1. There we go. Thank you. I want to find some other set orders that we can run, just because the Penguin has the ability to search, and that is partially that win condition. So, looking at orders, we have the Meteors, which that's not going to do anything without playing her. We might have to do something weird with the Moon. We have to do something weird with our tokens. This is a funny card. So, we'll place an Orzen, draw a card, then all of your rear cards get boost. So, this is good for, I guess we can run a grade 2 Centric deck. I'm not sure how much draw power we're going to have. I feel like it's going to be a lot. I feel like we're not going to need it. Maybe power that. Which is the one that makes dudes? So this one? I think we're going to go ahead and run Eclipse Moonlight. Like, honestly, we could also run the draw power one. That's what I think. Yeah. But ultimately, that's going to go down to the exact same role as Mr. Robot Man, where it just makes you, or just gives you the power to draw a card, and you're not sure how much you're going to draw. But I do want to run this one potentially, because it gives you the ability to make your 15k tokens. That's going to be huge for a booster, for a free guy, and like, it's what made Gravidia World a deck, apparently. I don't know, I run pure Gravidia, so I never mess around with it, but it's apparently a thing you do, so let's do it. Alright, let's see what we're looking at so far. We don't have that many grade 2s, honestly. Like, we have a couple, but not enough that are gonna be able to abuse this, so I think we will go ahead and go with the Moon as our gimmick. Let's see if we have room for 3 of those boys. I'm looking at our built-in draw power. So this lets you draw a card. It's a filter draw, so you stack. This lets you draw a card. This lets you draw a card potentially. That lets you draw a card. So I think we're good on card draw. We shouldn't need to draw triggers. They are good, but I don't think we need them in this deck. So what that means is that we're going to have room for generic crits. Let's go ahead, give ours 4 20k shields, make that 3 of that. That's good for our trigger lineup right there. Then we're looking at 49 cards right now. Good chunk, I guess. That feels so weird. That feels so weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boost grade 1s is fine. I'm a little concerned with our beaters. I feel like we need more grade 2s. It's like right now, this is the only thing that's staying on the field. Whereas this gets discarded. That's like a on-place effect, basically. Is it? No, it's once a turn. Okay, that's actually good. Can we afford to run 3 of him? What can I cut? No, I think we're good at this, honestly. I don't like him as a 2 of, but I mean, he's just our thing. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess we get down orders. Like, this is a win condition. It's not a win condition. This is like a win more. Just to be able to search out your things. So I do want to have targets. But I don't think we need that many targets. So I think we're good with 2 moons. Let me go ahead and up him to 3. So here's a quick rundown of our EVA deck list. Basically, what we're going to be doing with it is drawing a lot of cards every turn without actually using draw triggers. Doing things like Ava's Effect, the monster if you needed, this little dude, and having the ability to just get 4 attacks turn next to this guy and this guy together. Like, you should be, I don't know, you're going to be shuffling every turn, so I would not going to say you're stacking with every turn, but you're just filtering a lot. You do have the ability to multi-attack, and we're running a somewhat aggressive trigger lineup with the 7 crits and 4 stands, 4 fronts, whatever these things are called these days, with the ability to do a lot of filters draws. Take a sip of my sippy juice. This is like a watermelon soda that I found at Kroger's. It scares and amuses me. Alright, moving on to our next deck of today, we're going to be doing something a little more recent, because something just came out this weekend while I was not paying attention to the world, and that is the new Festival Collection cards, which means your boy has a new form. So this is Dead Speed Spiritualist Graves equals Zorga, worst name in the world. He's got 2 skills. If you did Alchemagic this turn, all your front row gets +5. That's pretty cool. A free +5 to front row. And then once per turn, Soul Blast 1, discard a card from your hand, choose a normal order from your drop zone, put it into your hand. And until the end of your turn, when you would play in a normal order, you may buy the normal order for a different name from your drop and Alchemagic. So this gives you an Alchemagic ability, which, is that a recursion? That is a recursion. Interesting. It's recursion Alchemagic, and then this card lets you set up for your Grand Blue plays. It's definitely a different route from normal Zorga. Like, you're not going to be running both because they don't really coincide with each other, but this is going to be our ride deck Zorga. Of course, to go into the Zorga ride deck real quick, this is the correct one that you run. It lets you cycle an order back for free. However, I want to shout out this guy real quick because I've been experimenting with him a little bit. When placed on any circle, Soul Blast 1, discard an order from your hand, draw a card, gets +5/+5 till end of turn. This gives you more order cycling, which is fine because with new Zorga you just get them back. And then +5/+5 can be a 14k, 15k. It's medium, you're probably going to use the other one, but just want to shout out because I have played around with it and it is a funny attack. Then of course the Spooky Boy, or as I call him, Graceful Charity on Wheels. Soul Blast 1, draw 2 cards, discard an order from hand, and if you don't discard 2, you basically combine this with your grade 0, and it's draw 3, discard 2, aka Graceful Charity. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh since like Xyz format. I mean, the starter doesn't matter, so I'm just gonna run the cat. Alright, this is an order deck, let's look at orders. First of all, we have to include the new one, of course. This has the ability of Counterblast 1, choose a grade 3 or lower from your drop zone, call to rearguard. As part of Alchemagic, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets all of your front row gets +5 until end of turn. So this is just a res 1, any card. It is grade 3, which kind of sucks, so you can't use it until you're grade 3. But revive anything is nice, and the +5 in addition to Zorga's +5 is basically a +10, so you Persona Ride effect for free every single turn. Looking at other orders. I did like running this in non-Zorga builds, like using the Broken Dragon, that's part of Mega Colony now. You just play it for free or whatever. But, you have to discard an order as costs. And I don't know how many we're going to run, even though this is a Zorga deck, so... Funny control card? I don't know if we're going to need it, because we have a much better revival card now, but... it does give you the ability to retire stuff, which you might need as spot removal. I'll run as a... we'll do 2 of this. We'll do 2 of that. This is a great finisher. You just +5 for every 5 you drop zone, and you get a crit at 15. We'll do it as a 1-of, I guess. I think we gotta throw 1 or 2 of these boys in here. CB1, bind it, choose 2 orders from your drop and add back to hand. 2, I guess? This is your recursion card? Plus Zorga has a recursion card, so you should be recurring a lot of orders. This used to be the sauce, but it does unfortunately require you to be on Mysterious Reign Spiritualist Zorga. So it won't work with the new boy, so we're not going to run it. This one we'll put in the maybe pile. It lets you retire 2 cards, draw a card, put in soul and counter charge, so that's your resource management, and lets you clear a board for what you need to make things for later. So last one res, I guess. I don't know. Other new cards. Not sure we need any of these guys. I feel like they're more Magnolia stuff. This one, maybe? When you attack, discard an order card from your hand, gets plus 10. So 20k that enables your things is fine. It just gets back to the fact that, like, I don't know how many orders we're going to be running. So we'll shove her in the maybe pile. She is a beater. I do like her. I mean, I guess we have to. This dude was the old tech card, the last Zorga. When you play an order, you get one of the effects. You Alchemagic, you get both. So he gets plus 10 or he gets 1 crit. This makes him a 15k double beater. 15 double is really weird looking. But I mean, if you have an 8k boost behind that, it becomes a 23, so it does hit numbers. And this is a free revival up your turn, so like, I guess we run it for the body. I guess. This is one I'd love to run, but it does come down to the deck space, unfortunately. Fits much more in a Magnolia deck, but Soul Blast 1 to Flood Field is great. I think we'll maybe pile this one. It's great because when on place, you're able to search your deck for an order. If you don't have it in your hand yet, you can just shove it right in the drop zone. If you do have a copy in hand, it goes to your hand. Then he has the ability to bounce cards in your field back to your hand, which is great defensively. So, not bad. Like, it's gonna maybe slide. We like it, but we're not sure if we like it enough. And the question is, do we tech this Spicy Tech 1 Magnolia just because this has Mega Me art? This is another guy from Maybe Pile. He used the old win condition for Alchemagic, where when you attack, if you Alchemagic this turn, Soul Blast 1, he gets plus 5, and your opponent is gonna have to call 2 more cards to stop him. So it gives you Beldor effect, and you're probably gonna buff him up or something. Really good? I'm not sure if we'll have room. He goes in Maybe Pile. Yeah, we run 4 of this. Those of you guys that have seen my Shield Fisher decks, hashtag Shield Fisher Squad, know I love this guy so much. Soul Blast 1, bind an order from your drop zone and call it to rear card. So he lets you recur himself for free and gives you a use for orders. But you know what? We're not doing the same thing with orders we do in that deck. So sorry, Coffin Cheater. Talk about you another day. Yeah, we run the staple. Alright, I think we got most of what we're looking for now. Let's go ahead and check out our ratios and try to make a deck out of it. By the way, I just kind of threw in a bunch of triggers while you weren't looking. I think we're just going to run Rainbow. Where's my draw? I didn't put the draw in. There she is. Let's go ahead and do that with 3 of on the front trigger because this is a re-attack deck. The buff's going to be nice, but I'd much rather have pieces in hand, so we're going to run 4 draws. I feel kind of comfortable with this on orders. I like running 2 ofs for most of my copies, just so you can Alchemagic and be able to Alchemagic again. We're gonna have to cut some stuff. We're over by about 6 cards right now. So running 12 orders, which should be enough for our order discarder guys. I mean, there's a right choice between these 2. But we're also showing off new cards, so we're gonna have the beefy deck. Sorry, Katie. 10, 11. We have a lot of grade 2s, honestly. We need more grade 1s of anything else, but we have plenty of ways to beat face. Let's see what our soul looks like, because I'm a little worried about the Sharky Boy. That does cost a soul. That costs a soul. That costs a soul. That costs a soul. That costs a soul. And while we're not really concerned about soul as much because we do have our soul reduction girl, it's important to make sure we have her. So, while this is nice as our thing, we are showing off a new card, so we're gonna make a bad decision. Now we're up by 3 cards still. Go ahead and cut that down to 2, so we'll just do 2 ofs on everything. I only have this at 1, but that's because this is a finisher. Really, it comes down to our recursion piece. Like, I want to do the new card because Maple is amazing and needs to be run in every single deck ever. But I also want to do the dragon because he has the ability to basically become a 23k beater with a crit. And some crit pressure would be nice for late in the game. But this does have intercept. It's just the freest thing in the world. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do, final answer. We're going to cut Maple. I don't like it. I don't like running him over Maple. We're going to cut Maple. And we're just going to do everything in our power to make sure this stays out. Because with one of his effects, he gains a 13k booster. So 13 plus 15 is going to make you a 28k call-in with a crit for free. And that's what we're going to go with, I guess. I know, it feels weird, but Zorga's also like the one Stoic deck that I don't play that often. So whatever, this is blind builds. We're building these blinds. It's first impressions. Let's just go with it. Alright, so here is our Zorga deck, and we're basically looking at the ability to do a lot of free effects between these two. We have a lot of the cycling. This lets you cycle, that lets you cycle. A lot of our orders have the ability to just revive stuff or to get resources back. And you do have quite a bit of recursion between those two and Zorga's once a turn ability. In addition to that, now we're running a well-rounded trigger lineup. Just because you do want to have some draw power in here. A good, like, 5th view deck is orders, unfortunately, so it doesn't have shield value. But, hopefully we're making up for that in the front triggers and the 10k draws. Fingers crossed. And the orders is weird. Like, a more order-based deck is a lot weaker defensively, unfortunately, so it's kind of weird to play this. Alright, moving on to our last deck of the day. And of course, if you guys are enjoying this, make sure you subscribe, ring the little bell. You know the drill. You guys know the drill. Just help support me on the channel and stuff. But we cannot have order without chaos. It's basically the title of this video. So, chaos is the glitter deck for Dark States, and it's really weird. But I have to play it because Dark States, and because the name is literally Chaos. Your boy has 2 different effects. First of all, Counterblast, discard a card from your hand once per turn, check your top 3, 1 goes to hand, up to 1, which means you don't have to, gets called, and the rest go into soul. So really good tutoring, really good cycling, gives you the ability to add a specific card to your hand, while then you call a card and soul charge up to 2 cards. That is great, because for his second ability, when he attacks Vanguard, if your soul has 8 or more cards with different names, choose one of your rear guards, gets plus 10, and then if your soul has 13 or more cards with different names, choose all of your rear guards instead. Different names, you say? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dark Irregular Highlander. So because this deck is going to be running a lot more cards, one-ofs. So many things that we can put in here. One thing we're definitely going to be running is Mikami. He is your cross-nation card. He has 2 effects. This first one doesn't matter, but go ahead and read it off. When it's placed, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Choose one of your opponent's rear guards with the same grade as this card that you Soul Blasted, and retire it. So for example, if you Soul Blast a grade 2, you can retire a grade 2. However, you're not going to ever use this unless you have a copy of something in your soul that you just want to get rid of. The effect you do want to use is Glitter Effect, which is when your Vanguard attacks, your soul has 8 or more cards with different names, stand your boy, and if you did this, it goes into soul at end of turn. So because this, 8 is basically a magic number for the deck. 13 is you win more, but 8 is when you get to restand, and 8 is when you get your power-ups. Which means you're basically going to be powering him up afterwards on your restand. Now Jared, he goes in soul at end of turn, you might say. That's fine, we have this. Was placed from hand. Your soul has 8 or more cards named blah blah blah. It lets you get a card out of soul. It's a Steam Maiden! This is like the first main set Steam Maiden for the deer, and I love it. And she has a cute tiny hand, I love it. And she's got a giant pocket watch, I love it. But she would please give us Gear Chronicle. Please bring my babies back. But yeah, basically when you play her, Counterblast 1, if you have 8 or more in soul, you can bring a card back. That's grade 1. But if you have 10 or more in soul, you can grab any card out of soul instead. So this lets you recur anything that you want out of soul once you hit 10 cards. Once again, 8 to 10 is your magic number in the deck. Let's go around 3 of her. 3, we'll do 3. This is another new recursion card. When placed, Soul Blast 1, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, shove it in soul. If you have 8 or more, it gets plus 5, 10 or more gets plus 10. So Beater, I'm not a fan of the way it Soul Blasts. I'm not a fan of the way it Soul Blasts unless you Soul Charge 1 from hand. It is good because you're able to put a specific card in hand. However, it does cost a Soul Blast, so it's like a net nothing for your soul. It's just a positive if you had a copy in soul and you wanted to replace it. It goes in for now because we need names. This is the heal. This is the heal. You know what? We're about to have some fun here. You guys want to play a fun game? Because we need different names in the deck. Trigger, 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 good trigger, 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 trigger. Just look. Actually, we are running one too many heal, unfortunately. Because there's 5 different heals now. I guess we have like 1 extra card. Do we run around? We can run one of these as a copy. It's probably going to be the crit or the draw, honestly. Depends if we want to be more aggressive or if we want to draw more pieces. But I mean, this is dark regular, so I'm not sure if we want the draw. I'm going to save the crit for now because it looks like Gear Chronicle. These are some new cards we're not going to talk about until another video, so make sure you subscribe to see it. My Little Pony is a great card. Essentially, if you guys remember older Vanguard, this is Dimension Creeper, where you can bind it from Soul to Soul Charge 2. Fantastic! You want specific cards in Soul though, and this is blind Soul Charges, so maybe not this deck, but we'll talk about it for another one in the future. This one though, means Gear Chronicle, but it's good. We'll play some Rear Guard. Reveal top card of your deck. If you have no copies of that card in Soul, Soul Charge it. Fantastic. Lets you see the future, as all Gear Chronicle cards should. This is your ride line, lets you put cards in Soul. This is your ride line, lets you put cards in Soul. This is your starter, it's a starter. Wait. Dude, I never saw the gear thing on this little compass thing. I mean, it's not a gear, it's a snake. With like a snake on a gear. And oh god, it's no Ouroboros. I have some newfound respect for Chaos. This whole time I was using every other starter for it because I didn't care. He has a world devouring snake on his magical tome of the infinite. This is okay. I'm okay with this now. I was gonna make a funny joke about using Deku as your starter, but I'm okay with this now. Let's look at some old cards. Brainwash Swirler, absolutely running this. Just on play Soul Charge 1. It can become a beater if you need to, but you know what? It's fine. Also, this guy we want to run. Kigra. He's the sword guy. So he has 2 effects on plays, 7 more cards in Soul, Counterblast, discard a card, choose a card from your Soul, put it back in your hand, Soul Charge 1. This is like that new grade team we were talking about earlier, except it also replaces itself with a random Soul Charge. And instead of Soul Blasting a card and being stupid about it, you add this card from your Soul to your hand. So it's another way to recur basically whatever you want, like a Persona Ride or Mikami or something like that. Or if you like Soul Charge your Perfect Guard, I guess. It's good. Then once you're at 13, mini Persona Ride. Awesome. We'll talk about you soon, my son. I guess we can put this in the maybe pile. Just for his second ability, Counterblast 1, put a Rear Guard to Soul, choose a Rear Guard for every 4 cards in your Soul, and retire them. Ignore the rest of that for Final Rush. I don't know how we're looking on Counterblast. I don't know how we're looking on spot removal if that's an issue. But this is a field nuke that puts 2 specific names in Soul. I kind of like that. Oh yeah, absolutely this one. When it goes to Soul, choose one of your Rear Guards. It's +2. If you have 7 more Soul, your opponent cannot use grade 1 or greater cards to guard the card that he places on. So this gives you a grade 0 only guard restrict on one of your Rear Guards. Mikami, we're going to attach this to our restanding Rear Guard and get 2 unblockable swings. Fantastic. That's another maybe card because it lets you get +10 on your Vanguard, which is going to be kind of useful for pressure because Chaos unfortunately only powers up Rear Guards, not himself. However, it is getting another Counterblast and replaces up with a Ram card in Soul, so not sure. You guys know I'm running Time Jared Dragon. So you guys know how Brainwash Swirler is an amazing card, but we're only going to be running a couple copies of all our key cards because of the whole separate name thing. Guess what else lets you random Soul Charge when you place it? We're only running 2 Perfect Guards because the other one's in the trial deck. I guess we run Selfish Engraver? I mean, it gives us on hit pressure, the ability to countercharge, and some more Soul Charging, so not bad. Also, she's a bunny girl with a giant snake in the background, and Chaos likes snakes, so sure. I think this is going to be our last maybe tech for the deck. Counterblast 1 once again. I'm not sure what our resources look like yet, but it has the ability to call itself out of Soul. If you have 10 or more cards in Soul, you're going to be having a lot of cards in Soul, and this is good to have recursion, so maybe it's the next gen Nightmare Doll. I can't wait to talk about the Nightmare Doll deck, so make sure you're subscribed to check out that one, because you know how I am with my Nightmare Dolls. Alright, let's figure out this monstrosity. We're at 52 right now, so we're going to take out a couple cards, so that's fine. Alright, first things first, we want to have a lot of names, let's count our names. 15! Off just the triggers, we have 15 different triggers in the deck. 12, 18, 19 plus 15 equals 34. That's a lot. We can definitely afford to cut some names because all we need is 13 really, and we're doing a lot of like 1 to 3 of, so we should easily hit our 13th soul. First of all, getting rid of this, I didn't like it. I want to make sure that we have the correct pieces ready at all points of time, just to put as much control into this chaos as we can, because we believe in the Shadow of the Hedgehog here. So looking at our cards that list Modulate Soul, we got this boy, the Gear Chronicle, the Gear Chronicle, the Gear Chronicle, and I guess the ride line does we don't pay attention to that because it's just the ride line. So cards that do not do that help us soul charge. This, and the random soul chargers. We do want to keep the random soul chargers in. Grade 1 lineup looks pretty good. Only thing is I might have to cut something somewhere because we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 effectively. It's not too bad. I mean, some can go to soul, so I think we're good at 9 grade 1s. Which means we have a lot of attackers. Do we need Violetta? I like her a lot. I really want Violetta to work in here. But you. There's a lot of counterblasts in this deck. Sorry, girl. I love you, Violetta. We'll find you a home soon. Actually, that does bring it to 50. Does this work as a deck? Let's see. Actually, yeah. We still have 32 different names. This is incredible. Alright. So, quick overview of the Chaos deck. It's a monster. Don't worry about it. We have a lot of recursion. This guy. Where'd he go? There she is. This girl. We have some chunky boys. This guy. I guess this makes your Vanguard the chunky boy, so it counts. We have some retire in this guy. It's a little weird because he's one of, but don't worry about it. We're able to recur cards because of this good card. And we have a lot of things that let us soul charge, so we should be hitting our 13 pretty easily. And of course, we have our win condition in the Restanding Makami that has guard restrict, with a lot of different names, I guess. So those are our first impression builds for the Orders and Chaos. Did we forget to put something cool in the deck? Let me know down below. Are my builds absolutely horrible? Let me down below. But I mean, this is like blind builds. The whole thing is we're doing a blind first impressions of it, so whatever. And let me know what some of your texts for any of these decks are. Is there anything cool that we forgot to talk about here today? But this has been your first episode of Blind Builds here on the channel. Next time we are covering some Dragon waifus, so get ready for that. And until next time, thank you for watching, and always embrace the infinite. I don't know what I'm doing with this hand, but just slowly gonna high five the wall.